welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
U.S. healthcare. Money over people, greed over love.
I feel like this has been like an interesting topic as of lately.
I think that's why he's doing this video,
Yeah, particularly what happened with the CEO of United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
So it's interesting to see where he goes with this topic.
Let's look at I guess the suggestions, a lot of it is we know it react to, but
Oh, really?
But not just kind of the many crimes of United Healthcare explained.
I'm actually
3
curious.
days ago.
I would be curious about that because I saw statistics that he was the highest paid CEO out of all the healthcare groups.
Really?
Yeah.
The 1 trillion private healthcare insurance scam 6 days ago. So, yeah, responding to United Health Institute. A lot of people making these videos now, but let's see what he got to say.
I like it because it's opening our eyes to what's really going down. Because you don't know. No, you don't know until you have someone who's in there or you're there personally.
Well, that is true, sure, but I do see what it is. It's not like I don't need to. I understand how. I've seen plenty of
because
first-hand accounts of people. It happens with people, so I understand. I do not want to be in a situation to experience it, but I see how others get treated by it.
Because remember, we also watched a video where the contrast was it's free healthcare, but it's very hard to get an appointment where you have to go to the private market to find
in Europe?
care. Yeah. And
okay.
for me, I'm fortunate enough, and I recognize how grateful I am to be in an area where I think there's a multitude of doctors, and I don't think I haven't faced a situation where it's trouble to get an appointment.
Right, but in Europe, if you do have to go the private way, at least it's going to be reasonably priced. Here, if you have to go that way, the price is going to be ridiculous. So that's the difference too.
One of the issues that I have faced is certain doctors don't take that insurance.
Right.
So you have to really locate and find.
That's true too.
So you may have to travel a bit, but I do think it should be simpler. It shouldn't be all these hurdles that people have to go through.
What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today I am aggravated. I've been aggravated for quite a long time, but recent events have pushed me over the edge. The CEO of United Healthcare Group, Brian Thompson, was shot and killed in Midtown Manhattan early Wednesday morning.
What?
That's a YouTube plaque in the back, right? But he only has 73 subscribers.
Maybe this is a different channel for him.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
On December 4th. It was obviously a targeted attack.
Or maybe he's trying to
killer
manifest.
Inscribed on the bullets that killed Brian Thompson, the CEO, the words deny, defend, and depose. Now these words relate to a very popular phrase in the healthcare insurance industry, which is delay, deny, defend. And that's in relation to delaying, denying, and defending claims made by health insurance patients.
On TikTok, since it's been a topic, on TikTok, we get to hear a lot of people's personal stories. And it's just so sad to hear how people have to go all the way to the end to get to nowhere.
Yeah.
In order to not pay out those claims. So for an example, if I have health insurance, I break a bone, I go to the hospital, get treated for that broken bone, they're going to bill me some crazy bills. That's like 20, 30,000, maybe even more than that. I don't even want to think about it. And what will happen is I'm going to contact my health insurance company to get that money to help pay for that, because that's the whole point of having health insurance. And what that health insurance company is going to do is it's going to delay the process of me acquiring those funds. They're going to deny, saying that my condition doesn't meet the requirements in order to get health insurance coverage, and defend their decision to not.
What condition? I broke a hand. I need a surgery. That's enough. What condition?
Not do anything, and to simply just continue to take all of our money. Obviously, this killing has brought up a lot of discussion in the United States regarding corporate greed, how disgusting our healthcare industry is, and just how disgusting our approach to healthcare is in this country. And it's gotten me very frustrated. This is not a new topic on this channel. This is actually something we revisit quite often, is how appalling it is that the United States could have such poor healthcare system, such poor healthcare outcomes. How do we spend the most on healthcare per capita, and we have one of the lowest life expectancies, some of the worst health outcomes in the modern world? In the world, and are you serious?
That's true.
We're supposed to be cream of the crop. We're supposed to be top of the chart.
For women, particularly Black women, there's a fear of if you go to deliver, you may not come out alive. That shouldn't be a fear you have, especially in a country in the U.S.
In 21st century.
Yeah.
We're the best country on earth, and we have the worst healthcare, meaning we take care of our citizens worse than almost any other nation.
I mean, that's cute, yeah, we talk about it for the next month, it goes away, and people go, like, everything he's saying is right, but, like, what you gonna do to change? Nothing's gonna change. It's all about the money. Yeah, people gonna be, like, I just don't see nothing changing.
It's like finding the cure to cancer. There's all this research, but you truly want to know if they find a solution, do you think they will offer the solution to the people?
Yeah, so people can live longer, so they can make more money off them.
Nation, especially when you think about that in relation to the amount of wealth we have. We got people driving around in Ferraris, and guess what? They're CEOs of healthcare companies in the United States. I'm not going to talk about the death. I'm not going to talk about the perpetrator. I'm not going to talk about any of this. This video is purely about the healthcare system in the United States. And yes, this wasn't ignited and motivated by this incident that took place on December 4th. I want to continue this video by giving a personal anecdote. I want to tell you guys a story. About 10 years ago, I had an incident. I got hit with a rock right here, just above my eyebrow. I had to go to the emergency room, right? Bad news was I had to experience one of the worst things ever, guys. It was terrible. Let me explain to you why. I went to the emergency room in a hospital near me. In that emergency room, it was about 8 p.m. on a weeknight. It was jam-packed. And the people in that emergency room did not have life-threatening health conditions. They weren't in some crazy incident and they're about to die. Or they weren't really in any emergency situation, And the reason for that is a lot of those people there were either underinsured or uninsured, meaning they did not have health insurance. And what happens when people don't have health insurance is that they don't seek out care, because seeking out that care is so expensive. Like, we're at the point where people will deny ambulance rides because of how expensive it is. So if you have a sickness, an illness, or any problem, you're going to delay getting care for that because of how problematic it is to do so if you are uninsured in the United States. Us not having universal healthcare means that we have a lot of people who are not insured. They just don't have any form of health insurance.
And the thing is, if you run up a hospital bill, you can't file bankruptcy for it. Those things.
It's not dischargeable?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought only student loans are not dischargeable.
I thought also medical bills was not dischargeable.
Let me see.
Or anything backing them up. So if something does happen to them, they don't have a primary care physician. They don't have an option. They don't have a doctor that they can go to. So what they do is they go to the emergency room. And the reasoning for this is because in the United States, emergency rooms are legally...
Yeah, medical debt is discharged.
It is?
Yeah.
So you can get it discharged?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking, just file bankruptcy. I mean, obviously, if you have assets, that's not a solution. But if you, for people, that he's describing that don't have health, I mean, if you don't have health insurance, you probably don't really have assets either. So just file bankruptcy. I mean, it is what it is. Like, obviously, not an ideal scenario, but if it's a life-threatening condition, it is what it is.
It's to provide care to any patient who comes in. So we have a bunch of people who are sick. Maybe they have a cold or the flu, or maybe they have some type of injury, not too serious, but they have to go to the emergency room, which then prevents care to people who really need it, who are having an emergency. And this creates long wait times, queues. It's frustrating. It's an awful environment to be in, guys. I wasn't having an emergency at the time. Again, I told you what happened. A rock hit my head. It wasn't that serious, okay? Like, I was fine.
Then why didn't you go to urgent care and why did you go to emergency room? Because there's urgent care for what my first thought was, why did he go to emergency room, not urgent care? Because emergency room is like, you get shot. That's what emergency... Like, rock hit the head, you would go to urgent care.
Maybe they don't have one in his area.
Maybe, I don't know. But because urgent care determines, okay, this is emergency, then they send you to emergency room,
And sitting there. But it was such a terrible experience to see all these poor people. And I'm not saying poor from a financial aspect. I just feel bad for them because you're sick and you don't have a doctor you can go to. You're forced to go to the emergency room. That is a terrible predicament to be in, and is a part of the system in the United States that has been created as a result of us not having universal health care or putting the proper time and effort into creating a healthcare system that benefits us, the people, the citizens of the United States, the people paying taxes to the government, who then takes that money and gives it to these companies. And guess what these companies do? They make up fake diseases. They exaggerate things in order to get more of that money. And there have been so many fraudulent health insurance scams going on in 2024 alone that the Department of Justice has been investigating them. I believe there's over 100 different individuals who are a part of this scheme.
190 defendants charged with false claims. Oh, wow.
100 different, bro. Do you know how frustrating that is? People working jobs like me, paying taxes to the government, and guess where those taxes are going? They're going to CEO so he can go do whatever. He can go take a vacation. He can go buy a new car. Not just the CEO. All these people, guys. And this system is set up to benefit these people financially.
No, I don't feel the government should give money to the health insurance companies. For what? Why are they getting money from the government? I don't know if he's telling the truth. It doesn't. Why would the health insurance companies get money from the government? But for what reason?
I don't know.
That doesn't make no sense. Why would?
Because what the government has done is set up a way that you could sign up and enroll, and it tries to match you to possible healthcare options that you can.
So government is covering a little bit of your health insurance in that sense?
I don't see them covering it because it's just a service that they provide for you to look for enter the market of healthcare, because that's the first door at healthcare.gov.
Right.
If you
No,
go
I
and
know the
enroll,
marketplace.
the
I understand. Yeah,
marketplace.
I get it. But why?
I don't know if I don't know how the money is exchanged between these two.
Yeah, I don't see the reason why would guys. If you know the reason, let us know. Why would the government give money to healthcare company, to insurance companies?
I would think it would be the other way around.
Yeah, because like I understand government giving money to like defense contractors. You know, I get it. Giving money,
Oh, to public hospitals.
but that's not insurance companies though.
I mean, don't insurance companies also operate in the public and private hospitals?
What do you mean?
I mean, you can have health insurance and be able to go to a public hospital.
Yes.
Like, for example, Jackson is there's
No, I understand what you. But what does that have to do with government though? Why would government give money to the insurance for that? You pay for the insurance.
I don't know. You're asking me as
No,
trying to find the answer.
No, because I'm trying to understand why would the government pay the health insurance. I see no reason the government should give any money like whatsoever to health insurance. Now, if they want to give money to medical companies that do research, that's different. Those are research companies.
I think that's what he's saying, but it's broad.
But because they're not medical, they're not insurance companies. Like for example, Pfizer. They're not an insurance company. They produce drugs. So if you give money to Pfizer as a grant to research, at the time it was COVID drug, now maybe cancer drug, that's a little different. Should Pfizer get money from the government? We can debate that. Maybe they make enough money that they don't need money from that we can debate. That's a little different. But health insurance companies, I don't see why would they get any money from the government. For what? Oh.
It has nothing to do with the people of the United States. I'm not saying anything new in this video. Nothing I'm saying in this video is adding anything new. It is extremely frustrating living in a country like this that is so backwards, and we're supposed to be forwards. We're supposed to be in the front, ahead of the curve, but we're so far behind of it because of negligence and greed and people who have sold their souls just for money, bro. I really hope it's worth it. I really hope it's worth it, because I know that shit is not that good. I know that money, it doesn't feel that good. I know that you have problems and stress and you don't like your life, but you got all that damn money. And guess what? Having all that money...
I want to know exactly...
What?
I want to know, like, how is the structure for the insurance companies for it to be, like, unfair? Like, I want to see more of that instead of, like, opinion. Because he's saying all these other things.
It's a lot of opinion.
But I want to get to the source.
In the system, it just continues to hurt people. It is an oppressive system. It's ruining people's lives. People are dying.
Like, I agree with his opinion. I don't disagree with it. It's just like...
I cannot agree with someone that I don't know why it's oppressive. No, can you explain
why? To me, it's just a moot point. Because we talk about, but nothing is going to change. So, I'm...
Because, I can understand that people are suffering and going through it. I understand that. But why? That's what I want to understand.
Why are people suffering?
Yes.
Because they can't afford health insurance.
No, but why is it... why are they unable to afford healthcare insurance? Why are the costs so high? For example, why we can get Tylenol from the store. If I go, it's maybe $5. But if I go to the hospital, it's $2,000.
Okay, so that's...
Why is that?
That's... Okay, so that is the scam. This is not actually health insurance fault. This is like the Pfizer and them fault.
But no, don't you have health insurance? Can negotiate your prices for your services that you receive? Because before I get anything done on me, I check to make sure if my insurance coverage to see, okay, what will they qualify? What will they cover? What will they not cover?
What I'm saying is, okay, so Tylenol is 2,000, you said, whatever you said, the amount. So the hospital bills 2,000 to the insurance. Cool, insurance pays, so that works. However, they're gonna keep the same price to you when you pay, and you don't have insurance. Then they bill you the 2,000. So the scam is the hospital, their insurance pays whatever hospital bills they pay, but you can't afford to pay the same rates because they way overpriced. It should be illegal. Honestly, I don't know. That's price gouging to charge me, $2,000 for Tylenol for one fucking pill of Tylenol. And even for the whole bottle, it would still be illegal.
The thing is, they don't disclose the prices. There was a president from the University of Miami, Don Shalala, and the biggest issue was that when you go to the hospital, when you make requests for these things, what's not being told to you is what the cost of these things will. So you'll say to the nurse, can I have this? Of course, she's gonna say yes. Yeah. And then after, when you leave, when you check out, that's when you get the bill. To me, I see this as shady practices because a person cannot go and purchase things without knowing in advance the prices, and you cannot hide the prices. You cannot say, you find out once you consume it, once you take it, because then you have no choice but to pay it to me. I own you pretty much.
Yeah, but what you're saying is true, but also what's even worse is sometimes you don't even have an option. Somebody fucking runs you over in a car, you need an ambulance transport. You have to take it. It's not like an option that you don't do, you can this is not something you choose. Oh no, let me just die. No, they take you. You might even be unconscious to say yes or no. They take you and then ambulance ride, $2,000.
Because they don't ask you, do you have the money to cover for this?
They take you.
Because they know they'll get paid at the end of the day, and the responsibility will fall on the individual.
I am paying them, that's for sure.
They cannot get proper health care because they can't afford it. People go bankrupt. This healthcare stuff is one of the largest reasons for bankruptcy in the United States because
I'm not surprised.
Listen, if you get in an incident and you're uninsured, your life literally might be over from that. Not even from the injury itself, but from these greedy insurance companies that will do anything it takes to get their money. It does not matter if you are on the deathbed. It does not matter if you are $300,000 in debt and you have no means to pay any of that and you don't have health insurance. You could be at the bottom of the pit.
When they were trying to organize a system where there's access to healthcare insurance to make it affordable, the Affordable Care Act, the intent was that the market would kind of restructure itself so that it becomes more affordable to at least sign up to get coverage. But instead it had the opposite effect. So I have seen government try to work on these things to have people not have health insurance. The goal of government has been to make sure everyone gets into the system so that they're able to at least know for a fact if something were to happen, they will have coverage.
Yeah.
To avoid situations like this, bankruptcy.
Yeah, I don't even know how to fix it. That's what I'm saying. We make YouTube videos about, but how do you even fix it? I don't even know where you would start to fixing it, because
the reason why all these things are also so high is because they are paying their education costs, the fees that the doctor has incurred.
It's a loop,
to get
right? It's
into this position.
It's a loop, ongoing loop that
so you have to address education.
You can't just interject in the loop, and it's I don't know how to fix. That's what I'm saying.
You have to address education. You have to address the access. You also have to address people's eating habits, what they do, and some of these things are hard to do because people don't want government to get involved. Because then the government will tell you what you can eat, what you can't eat, what they'll.
I don't think it's that people don't want government to get involved. We cannot.
They don't.
They cannot. No, it's not even that. We cannot get people to vote the right people in the government. Whatever people vote in is the people that get paid by these insurance companies. They keep voting in Republicans and nothing is going to change because they get paid by them. And to be fair, I'm sure Democrats will get paid by them too. So I don't even. That's why I just don't see the change. I honestly.
So do you say there shouldn't be any people to do lobbying? Because that's what they do. The lobbyists, they
Yeah,
go and they
fuck that. I
find
don't know.
a representative to say, okay, I'll sponsor your campaign, give you donations, but just know when the time comes,
Right,
I'm gonna
that's
need
just
you.
honestly, that's just modern day bribery, like legal bribery.
Legally.
Yeah, like I honestly, I just don't like. Yeah, we can make YouTube videos talking about how is that going to change anything? Like maybe, honestly, maybe I don't know. I can't say this. Okay.
Why?
I can't say it.
Just be the lowest of the low, like just down on your laps, on your back. And those health insurance companies
If I say you're gonna
grab,
get a strike,
extract every last penny out of you until there's nothing left. You want to know why? Because they're greedy, they're not human, and they sold their soul. Just like every other thing in this country, just like Amazon. Amazon's entire company is based off of metrics. They don't put humans first at all. It's all numbers in a system. You are literally a barcode to them. They scan you, you're a worker, cool. That's literally living in this country. It doesn't matter what you do, you're a part of the system. This capitalist system that promotes money over anything else. And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to create this. Of course it has its benefits for businesses. Of course, there's so many entrepreneurs and people who can chase their dreams and really go for it. But at the same time, it has caused humanity to be put under money. We are not the most important thing. Money is more important than humans.
There's some jobs that used to have... Okay, so what used to happen is that when you grow up, you get a job, and you get a job, they give you good healthcare benefits. They give you good benefits that so you don't have to worry for you, not only for you, but also for your family. There's jobs that used to provide Aetna, which is the top of the line health insurance company. Because when you and your family needs a service, a doctor, it's very easily available, and you have really great coverage where you don't have to come out of pocket. It's like VIP, I feel like. But now, the cost of healthcare insurance is expensive for the employer. So they have to go look for an alternative, which is okay, they go to maybe Blue Cross Blue Shield or the other ones. And those are not particularly the best because very limited options to who will take this healthcare insurance coverage, and also how much you may have to come out of pocket because they don't cover everything. So it seems like there has been a decline because people are unable to find, like if they go find an employer to find a job, they don't get the same benefits as they used to receive as compared to what they do now.
Right.
And that is so obvious when you look at our healthcare system, and that is why people are frustrated. I'm not going to say that was why the CEO of the United Healthcare Group was killed, but it has certainly caused a lot of backlash, discord, and discussion. I'm going to tell you guys something. Another really big healthcare insurance company is called Anthem Blue Shield. I believe this is actually my health insurance. Couldn't tell you because they're a big conglomerate and a bunch of companies under, and it doesn't really matter who you have because they're not going to help you. But anyways, the controversy around the Anthem Blue Shield is that they were trying to deny anesthesia for patients who have not paid. So basically what Anthem Blue Shield was trying to do is they are trying to limit anesthesia during surgeries or during medical operations. And what that means is if a certain time limit is met...
That's fucking ridiculous. That's just
And you can't say no, you need it.
This is a proposal, guys. This was actually going to take place in a few states. I believe Connecticut was one of them, possibly New York as well. But what they were going to do is if a certain time limit has been reached during a surgery or medical operation where the patient is under anesthesia, which is common because why the hell would you want to feel that, right? Why do you want to be awake during that? Nobody does. It's just not right. Then they were not going to cap reimbursement, meaning that the extra period, the overtime period over that time limit, if the surgery went over that time and the patient, it was necessary for them to be under anesthesia for more time, they would have to pay that out of pocket. It would not be covered by insurance. And guess what Anthem Blue Shield did? Guess what Anthem Blue Shield did after Brian Thompson was murdered? Well, they said, oh, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to pull this back, because all this controversy, it really got to them. They were like, no, everyone's up against healthcare right now. We can't do this. But just think, the fact that this was a proposal. Do you know all the medical professionals who actually are performing these surgeries and are actually hands-on with this? How do you think they felt about this Anthem Blue Shield proposal? They thought it was preposterous. They thought, are you serious? People were really frustrated with that. And look, it takes an event like this, it takes a CEO being murdered for you to take that back. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? I really wish right now I could have one of these big guys right here in front of me in this room, guys. And I want to have it on camera what I would do to that person. I really do. And that is a threat. So on the topic of these healthcare fraud schemes that I mentioned earlier, all of which occurring in 2024.
We don't condone no violence.
No.
We don't do that.
We don't resolve anything when it gets to violence.
Yeah.
have been recent investigations from the Department of Justice that revealed
He should
significant
repeat that.
healthcare fraud schemes, and we're talking in the billions. These companies are taking billions of dollars out of our taxpayer pockets. Isn't it fun to pay taxes in this country?
Yeah, but how are they taking money? If
I feel
you're
like
claiming that I don't understand
he
how.
said he knows better, but for me, I feel like I knew better.
Because I think because there's a line, there's two entities that are at play, and both are greedy. Not saying one is better than the other. There's pharma companies and there's insurance companies. Pharma companies, I do think they get a little pay from the government for research and whatever the grants. I do think pharma companies do get money from the government. Insurance companies, I don't see why they would get money from the government. I don't know.
Because guess what? Half the time the taxes aren't even going to help you. They're going to help that person to put that gold-plated calamari in their mouth. That brand new bright orange Aventador. Drive it off the lot, you know? With my money. There's so many frustrating aspects of the U.S. healthcare system. We have employer-based insurance, meaning if you don't have an employer, if you don't have a job, if you're going through a period of unemployment, you are not insured. You have to purchase your own healthcare. And guess what? That ain't cheap. And you know what the worst part about purchasing your own healthcare is? If you get hurt, you don't even know if the damn health insurance is going to work. You literally don't even know. Because guess what? Deny, defend, that's all they're going to do. They don't even want to pay you out. It's the same thing with car insurance. If I get in an accident, deductible, okay, there's no point of even reporting the accident, because guess what? If you report the accident, then your insurance rates are going to go up. And it's going to cost you more to do that than to just pay for it out of pocket. So it's so stupid, because not having insurance in certain circumstances is illegal. Different types of insurance we're talking about, health insurance, car insurance. It's mandated, right? But it doesn't even help you, because they're not even going to want to pay you out. And if your situation isn't severe enough, or if you aren't able to document it clearly enough, or if they're able to manipulate your documentation and their BS laws and guidelines when it comes to reimbursement and paying people out, then guess what? You're out of luck, buddy, because you're probably not going to get the money. So you're just dumping money into having insurance when it never comes back to you. Of course, sometimes it does, and I'm exaggerating, guys, but just understand how frustrated I am right now. I am so frustrated. This has been a boiling rage inside of me.
I don't know if he's going to say contribute anything more.
Yeah, I think it's just he kind of went his venting video. He just vented.
This is more venting.
Having to live in this country and know all this. Listen, ignorance is bliss. I know a lot of my fellow Americans don't even care. They don't even know that this is a thing going on right now. They know that the CEO got killed, okay, whatever. But I hope that this ignites something in people. I hope that people start looking into things and standing up for themselves, because as a population, we can stand up to this. We do not have to let these corporations have control over our lives. And right now they do. Small businesses are going out the
American dream
These
these days
big
is to leave
tech
America.
corporations are taking over. And that's in a completely different field and
I
discussion.
think also
for another
addressing
time.
like growing the middle class. There's too much separation between rich and
that,
poor.
that is the problem essentially.
Where you pretty much have to choose: should I have health insurance, or should I be able to put food on the table and pay for a place to stay? You know, it becomes a thing where you have to kind of structure your priorities, but you can't when it comes to your health. Your health should be the most important priority too, as well as among other things. I think that's it. I don't know if I think I don't know anymore. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.